Good morning. I will give you a brief overview of Goodman Group, and I will also present you our investment strategy within the industrial sector. So Goodman is an Australian company which is stock listed in Sydney. We are a global logistics platform, and our business is based on three pillars. We develop, we own, and we manage. So we are a very active developer in all continents, and we invest in our capital partners into warehouse real estate. And after development and after acquisition of this asset, we continue to manage the assets which we develop. In general, our main focus is to have a client, to have a customer in the middle of our interest. The customer is our main focus, both as the capital partner and as the occupier. We are present in all the continents. The biggest activity is in Australia. However, we do see opportunities in all other continents. Therefore, you can see that we have a great activity in China, in Europe, and more recently we are expanding our business in Brazil and United States. What is important? We are sharing our experience through different continents, and this is how we can have a flexible approach towards our clients. Having global presence enables us to serve customers like DB Schenker, like Kinnenagel, on every location which they are interested in. The main concept of our business is to have long-term relationship with our customers. I'm talking both about occupiers and talking about investors. So we know that these two groups have a bit different approach. They have a bit different requirement, but through active management, we really make sure that both groups are satisfied. At the end of the day, when we have a satisfied occupier, then we have rented property, and the returns are generated by the properties. So the capital partners are really satisfied. Within Europe, we can say that we have very high occupancy rate, it's 98%. Very high retention rate for the customers, which is 83%, and the weighted average lease is currently almost 5 years. What is important about our group is that we are really strong in terms of financial. We are not dependent on any external financing, so we try to be resistant from any turbulence on the financial markets which happened in the past. So right now we can say that we are really self-financed. In order to deliver a good pipeline to our capital partners, we are able to develop high-quality projects and to make sure that capital partners are satisfied with the strong development pipeline coming from the development group. On this slide, I will mention our flagship fund, which is active in Europe. It was called GELF, Goodman European Logistic Fund. It has recently rebranded into GEP, Goodman European Partnership, and this is a core fund. And in general, most of our activity globally is really focusing on the core properties. This is the most important message from my perspective, that Goodman really focus on core assets. Of course, we develop in the first instance, but we do care about location, which is the most important aspect of the real estate from our perspective. And we do deliver high-quality projects with the high technical specification. So within Poland, we are active in most of the main markets. Last year, we doubled our portfolio in Poland, thanks to such developments like Amazon, Intermarché, or Intercars. Amazon is a very nice case study because we are cooperating with them throughout Europe, and we already developed 13 locations for them, mainly in Germany, also a few in France. So right now we have delivered in excess of 1 million square meters to Amazon in Europe. With Intermarché, it is another example of our flexible approach in terms of investment. Intermarché was the owner of the older facility in Poznań, and they wanted to expand significantly. So we were one of the few groups which were able to offer them buying back the existing property and developing a new facility for them. So right now they are happy customer in our new facility in Poznań. Intercars is a nice example of our good cooperation with the existing clients. Within a year from lease commencement in Sosnowiec, they asked to expand the space significantly, so we are currently finishing this second phase for them. These are two examples of our projects in Poland. Let me start with Kraków on the right. Maybe Kraków is not the most active market in terms of industrial. However, we were one of the pioneers on this market. The location of the asset is very nice, just on the ring road of the Kraków, very close to A4 motorway, very close to the airport. What is really important in this asset, over the last 2 years, a number of customers, it was like 3 or 4 cases, they had to relocate, or they had to, one of them went bankrupt, but the neighbors, I mean, I'm talking about other clients who were just next door, they were taking over the units immediately, so there was no void for these units. Currently, we have developed 5 buildings, and we plan to deliver another 4 within coming years. Really, the most important project in Poland is Pomeranian Logistics Center. It is located very close to the DCT, which is a deep container terminal. We have just finished the first building, which is 53,000 square meters. The biggest benefit of this location is the fact that the sea transportation is the importance of sea transportation is really growing over recent years, and Gdańsk, especially DCT, has a huge aspiration to compete with Hamburg, to compete with Rotterdam. Of course, the capacity of the DCT is not as big as these 2 others. However, DCT is currently being expanded, so they aim to have, after expansion, capacity of 3 million containers, which will be still like 4 times lower than Rotterdam. But they managed to sign contracts with 2 big alliances. One is 2M, another one is G6. So the port is able to serve the biggest vessels which are available in the world. So we see a huge interest from the potential customers to lease this space. I have 2-3 slides about how retail. We see that within retail is playing quite significant role for the industrial sector these days. When you look at the macroeconomic factors, Poland is really a kind of star within European economies over the last years, and we see a stable, solid GDP growth over last year, and the forecast is also very positive. When you also take into consideration salary growth and decreasing economy, the fact is that the purchasing power is growing, which means that all the retailers are increasing, turnovers of retailers are increasing and they are requiring more space. Currently, retailers are about 50% of our occupiers in Poland. These are the examples like Amazon, Intermarché, Market Detail, and we do see that e-commerce will play really significant role in further expansion of the industrial market, and we see this happening in Germany. Clients like Amazon, Home24, Zalando, they are expanding really rapidly. So this will come to Poland as well, as Poland is treated one of the three main markets of the continental Europe. So to sum up, I just wanted to say that from Goodman perspective, we see core properties as being the most important asset class to invest in, and we know from the history that crisis will come because the market is cyclical. No one knows when. Our crystal ball is not saying anything yet. However, we believe that by investing in the core asset in the prime locations with the high technical specification, we could be resistance of any turbulence from the on the financial markets.